Cassie's husband leaving court after finding out she's been dated on.
What are you doing? We're getting a shot. This is all I got.
Yeah, fellas, this is usually how it goes. And I keep telling you all this too. After a bird leaves the player, the bad boy, she gotta heal. And she gotta find a sucker to leech on to get his energy to power up. That's just the reality. Now, this guy, Cassie's husband, he is looking like the biggest sucker on earth right now. To the point where he had to leave court because he couldn't keep hearing how much of a freak his wife is. Because get this. What if she got with him and all of a sudden stopped doing the freaky stuff that she's used to doing? What if all of a sudden she's on some good girl stuff? Man, listen. And why I can't feel bad for this dude, because this is why, as a man, bro, you can't save a bird. This is a man, I guess, who felt sympathy for a bird based on the story that she told him. Y'all know how these women are, bro. She's gonna play victim. Oh, he used to do this to me and this to me. But he probably never told her she was with it. She probably never told him she was the one who was making the calls.
And at some point in time, she actually had said that she looked forward to the freak-offs. Why did Cassie express looking forward to these said freak-offs?
When the prosecution asked her, was there ever a time that you enjoyed the freak-offs? This is when Cassie got choked up and she said, I did, but only because I got to spend one-on-one time with Combs and I really did love him.
Yo, this is ill, bro. This is just sad. Fellas, you can't save a bird. The cycle always continues, bro. In case y'all don't know, let me tell you all again, bro. A bird is always going to find a sucker after she leaves the bad boy to heal, man. She's always going to find a sucker. And this dude was a proud sucker because he really felt like Diddy was in the wrong and she's innocent, and he really felt that way. But he never took the time to really pay attention to his woman. He never took the time to think about it. Your girl been with Diddy for how many years, bro? And you think she wasn't with the get down?
When she talked about wanting to do it to please Sean Combs, that's when she broke down. Up until that point, she had just been answering the questions. She's a little soft-spoken at times, but that's when she got emotional. When she had to answer the question about if she enjoyed it, that's when she broke down, because she said, I enjoyed being with Sean Combs. And she says, I did it because it made him happy.
What if the expression?
Now he's embarrassed for saving a bird to the point that he had to leave the courtroom, bro. That's what a bird is going to do to you, bro. She's going to embarrass you every time. So you thinking, man, my wife was in the right. Now you're realizing that your wife is nothing but a slut. That's tough.
But something else happened today in court that was worth noting in reference to those text messages. There were messages where she seemingly wants to have a freak off. Says things like, LOL, I can't wait.
That's tough because just look at his face. He just got a dose of reality, of the truth, because there ain't no way Cassie told him all those things.
Sitting behind Cassie Ventura's husband, he's sort of right behind me, and I kind of can see his face. And I can tell you right now, I can see him and Cassie's brother sort of glaring at the Combs family, looking at Combs when they are showing those images of Cassie with the deep cut in her eyebrow. When they were showing the 13 pictures of men, different races, predominantly black men, who had the freak-offs with Combs and Ventura, according to Ventura, she was able to name some of those people. She was able to name the locations of where they happened. Some she said were regular, but there were maybe 2 or 3 that she didn't remember the name, but she recognized 13 men in that court today that the jurors saw their faces that she says she had sex with and were part of freak-offs. I can only imagine what that's like for her husband, but they seem to be very, strong. And you look at her Instagram, she thanks her husband for being supportive, for being there for her. But yeah, to hear sort of those details of something that happened before they started dating must be difficult. These jurors knew before they took that oath that they might be privy to some very graphic sexual experiences that were had with Cassie Ventura and other people. Those videos could come out and they will be very revealing. The press is not allowed to see them, but the jurors will see those videos, and for them, I think it will help them understand what the prosecution is alleging in reference to coercion, threats, abuse, and those types of things.
And he decided to wife her up. But it's tough. And here's the thing, fellas. Money can't save you. That 20 mil that she got from Diddy, it don't even matter. Because the stain is already there. And all he's going to do is just be Diddy's bitch. Because he's living off Diddy's money now. And you got one of Diddy's slut. This right here is sad, bro.
So I was in the courtroom where this trial is taking place, and I was sitting right behind Cassie Ventura's husband. And I watched him as he sort of glared at Sean Combs at times, at the family, especially during the period of time where the prosecution showed photos of 13 men, different races, predominantly black men. These are all men that Cassie was able to identify in terms of names sometimes and where these freak-offs, these alleged freak-offs took place from cities like LA, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, etc. I can only imagine how painful it must be to sit there and listen to that testimony regarding your wife and the number of people that she says she had sex with because of these freak-offs. Something else worth noting is that Ventura continues to say this was all about what Sean Combs wanted. So today she mentioned that she said she primarily reached out to the escorts, but says that was her job and Combs expected her to do so.
Look, word to Jay-Z. When a good girl gone bad, she's gone forever. You gotta understand, bro. This is what Cassie was doing in her 20s. She was living life to the fullest. Think about it, right? She's getting whatever vices she wants. She's smashing whatever dude she wants. Diddy's gonna pay for it. Because Diddy, he enjoy watching. He don't even want to join.
What's going on? Talk to me. I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off. Cut the show. I'm done.
So think about this, bro. This chick is on private jets, living in mansions, doing whatever in life. And you think she wasn't enjoying that? And it's crazy that her husband thought that. It's crazy. Bro, here's the reality, bro. Cassie found her husband when she passed her prime. She found her husband in her 30s, but she gave the prime of her life to this lifestyle. So when she's in her 30s now, shame starts to kick in like, damn, that's my past? I was a wild girl. So then she found a sucker who was willing to save her, and she paint this picture like, yo, it wasn't my fault. I was young. He took advantage of me. So here's her husband feeling all sympathetic and all that, only to find out the truth. Because people in life, no matter what, the truth is going to come out. What's in the dark must come to the light. That's just how life works. You could run, but you can't hide. So Shorty is pretty much getting exposed for who she is. This is sad, bruh.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.